Give a little update on electronics and Act 101 reauthorization is kind of the hot topic in the solid waste and recycling world right now. As far as that goes, we're actually, there was legislation that was introduced to reauthorize Act 101. Act 101 is a solid waste and recycling act that mandates recycling in Pennsylvania and provides the grant funding for these types of programs, for municipal programs and education, and it gives a performance grant, monetary grants based on tons recycled, and that actually sunsets on December 31st, 2019. And we're currently, our DEP is currently in shutdown mode. So one of the reasons I got this grant in, like I was just here not even 8 months ago getting 16 and 17 signed, but they're in shutdown mode for particular grants. Like 902s are not being offered anymore. Anyway, legislation was introduced, a bill was introduced, the Senate passed it with flying colors, got to the House, and there was a sunset date originally, and the Senate, when they're new in reintroduction, there was no sunset date. They just wanted to make it a permanent program. When it got to the House differed, and they actually made an amendment for a 1-year extension. And then DEP was like, well, really 1 year is not going to do it. So what they reintroduced was a 3-year reauthorization. But right now, what they did do was they attached it to an administrative code bill, and
don't get too granular. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's over my head.
There's nothing at this point.
Right, exactly, because they went on vacation, basically. They're on vacation, so hopefully, it's one of those bills that they tag on to a bunch of bills, and then once the budget's passed, then all those bills go through. So that's how they're getting it through, but they went on vacation, and so until they resume from their break in the House and the Senate, then we'll see where we're at.
Well, we're grateful that you're keeping track of all that. But I will tell you that your operation out there is second to none. So I mean, it's a well run, and we're very proud of all you do out there. So thank you.
Thank you very much. Our electronics facility, I can say we're moving material. It's been a difficult year, as you know, with the issues that are going on with electronics in Pennsylvania and the flaws in the law, and hopefully we're going to see legislation to fix the law. However, our contractor is working with us. They're inundated. We've gone from a weekly collection to every other week, which with our building as big as it is, we're handling, but it's still difficult. We're hoping by fall that we can get some more truckloads moved out of there, but for now we're managing. It doesn't slow down. We're still taking in about a tractor trailer load a week, which is like 20,000 pounds a week. So,
if I may,
yes.
I don't know if it would help relieve a little bit, but Jeannie Onspach used to work for the county in domestic relations, and her church, I believe it's out there on the other end of the gap in the Ono area, and they accept electronics and they recycle them and refurbish them and put them out into poor neighborhoods, that sort of thing. So I don't know if you've talked to her at all.
Well, with I'd have to look into that. With electronics, you have to be R2 and EBN certified, and maybe they're working with a recycler who is that. That's ensuring in Pennsylvania and in the United States that those electronics are staying and being recycled within the United States, that they're not being shipped overseas to a third world country where kids are taking them apart. That's why the laws were passed, and EPA set those 2 standards for recyclers. So I have to work with, and when I register my program as a collector with the Department of Environmental Protection, I have to have either dually E-ban or R2 certification recyclers. And I'm monitored by DEP. I've got to submit reports every so often.
Understand.
But you know exactly the chain of command where the stuff is going. But I could look into possibly, I don't think the volume that we receive, I think that would scare them.
I don't know, but I thought it was worth a look.
Right, right. I will look into it though. I mean, if, I think once the law gets fixed, things will move. We don't want to go to, Cumberland County just went to a paid model where residents can bring their electronics in for 50 cents a pound. We're fortunate that we have a facility that we can pad our own operational costs of paying for an employee, the equipment, and such to be a collector through our tipping fees. So we don't have to charge, and that's the way we'd like to keep it. But,
Thank you. Anything else? Amy, thanks for coming in.